All right, sitting here with this '07 Dodge 3500, getting ready to do some cab lights. So I ordered these Parts AM blacked out amber cab lights to replace the ones on this truck, just to match what we're doing here. So, you know, got the black wheels, the fender wells on it, ranch hands front and back, you know, just cleaning it up a bit. And two of our cab lights were out anyway. So I'm going to show you how to install these real quick and show you what they look like and what I like, what I don't like. So first things first, you got your cab light. They give you these little rubber washers to put around the screws. These screws are longer than the factory ones, at least on this truck. These should work for a whole bunch of things, anything that come with cab lights on them. Another thing is they give you this whole wiring harness with a switch. So if you have like a 1500 that doesn't have cab lights on the top, apparently you can just put it on to a switch if that's what you're looking for, or some custom build. But in our case, this is as plug and play as it gets. So I'm gonna jump up on the roof and then we'll pick up from there. Up on the roof here. So you can see I've already done this for over there. We're down to our last one. This is a super simple job. So first things first, what was this, a T20? So you got two T20s holding this cab light in. I've been just using a hand torque wrench because these ones are rusty. So I wanna be as careful as possible. So we're gonna take these two out. And then I will grab you. So yeah, I'm gonna use two hands now, but yeah, you have a T20 here and a T20 there. So we're gonna take those out and then we'll go from there. All right, once you got the two screws out, literally just grab it, pop it. So a couple of these ones up here, has some glue under them. Obviously they were having a leak at some point and somebody just put a bunch of glue down. If that's the case, make sure you clean the surface if you have any grime or anything, but it should just look like that. So now we're gonna twist out the light. Let's see if I can't get it. Good there you go. So you twist the light, pull it out. Ditch that one, right? Unplug the bulb just by pulling it. Bam. All right, you see they made this as universal as possible. So you need these two mounting screws, so you got to push out these little holes on the seal here for our screws to go through. All right. Now, when it comes to the plug, they're LEDs, so polarity doesn't actually matter, but they all have to be the same. So what I did to make life easier is if you look at this harness, I matched black to black, then I know they're all the same all the way down. I will say, one of the quality control things I don't like is this flimsy wire they just have bent over this little connector they make. That's not like tacked down or anything. It's not very solid. But we will stab this in. Doesn't draw very much power. It's an LED after all, so as long as it gets in there where it's supposed to, you're good to go. All right, now that that's plugged in, you have to push this wire back down in this hole above the headliner, and you got to make sure. What I like to do, what I like to figure out is I like to get it down to about right here before I fish my screws through and drop it. I actually had the wire bunch up and pop out of the side of one. I had to redo it, so I'm hoping I didn't messed the seal up a little bit whenever that happened, but it should be all right. Another complaint I do have, but the reviews are very good, so I don't imagine it's going to be an issue, but the little gasket on the bottom here is like a foam material. The ones on the OEM ones is rubber, which I wish they would have made it out of rubber, but I'm also not a seal expert, so I don't know. I imagine if you really trust it, you could run a little bead of RTV around it. But I just in case they go out or something and they need to be replaced, I don't want them basically glued to the roof, you know? So now we're just gonna tighten them down. All right, there we are. All 5 of them are done. So let's go turn them on and see what they look like. All right, there you have it. So I got the amber ones. They have white options. My brother says I'm an old man for choosing amber, but I think they look better. Like I say, you can get the whites too if you want them. I'll have a link above and in the description if you'd like to order a set. Looks like they're pretty universal, but yeah, I think they're gonna look really good with how this truck has turned out. So come on.